Hi everyone, this is Becky from Becky's Baskets, back with another tip for helping you make great pine needle baskets. Today I'm going to show you how and when to wax your finished basket. If you have any of my beginner pine needle basketry kits, this tutorial will apply to the waxing section at the end of the instruction booklet. First thing to know is that pine needle coiled works are sturdy and long lasting, so it's not necessary to add any finish to your basket once you're done. It can be wiped periodically with a damp cloth to remove dust, but otherwise needs no special care. However, if you would like to add a finish to your basket, I recommend using pure beeswax. It used to be popular years ago to use shellac to finish pine needle baskets. I tried that on a few of my own as well when I was just getting started. After many years of experience though, I've learned that shellac is not a good idea if you want your piece to last a good long time. This is because shellac dries out the threads and needles, causing them to crack over time. I have repaired many old baskets which have this issue. You can see the rim is broken on this basket. Here, the raffia is cracking on the rim and inside. Beeswax, on the other hand, protects the natural moisture of the threads and needles. It firms the basket and even adds a bit of water resistance. This is why I prefer to wax my finished pieces. That being said, I don't wax everything. Beeswax, even the pure white beeswax that I use and that comes with my kits, can darken the thread. If you're using a white or bright color of thread, you may prefer not to wax. Here's a basket I recently finished. I want the bright blue to stay bright so that it continues to match the ceramic center, so I will not be waxing this basket. On the other hand, this basket that I recently finished will be fine with a little bit of darkening since it already has a dark coloring. So I will wax this. And these two necklaces, I am going to wax them, even though this one has a light color thread. Because they're going to be worn next to the skin, I think they could use the extra protection, and I don't mind if this thread gets a little bit darker. So today I'm going to show you how to wax your piece. First, you need to take your beeswax and soften it. You can put it in the microwave for a short time, or if I'm going to do a lot of pieces, I have a small electric pot where I heat my wax until it is liquid. Keep in mind that hot wax can really burn your skin, so be cautious. Once the wax is soft, I can rub it all over the basket inside and out, or if I've gotten it all liquid, I can go ahead and brush it on with a little paintbrush. I do both back and front. Just a gentle coating, you don't need to soak it or anything. Now this piece, this large piece, I'm going to do inside and outside, especially along the edges. You can see a large piece like this takes quite a bit of wax. And I don't forget the bottom. Now, I've set them on an old cookie sheet. You can put either a piece of foil or a piece of parchment paper on there to protect it. And then I'm going to put them in the oven at 225 to 250 degrees for a few minutes. The length of time depends on the piece you're waxing and how much wax you put on, so you have to keep an eye on it. It's only going to take 5 or 10 minutes that you need to watch, and you can turn it over if needed. The basket will look frighteningly ugly once the wax is all clumped on it, but don't worry, you haven't ruined your precious piece. That's all going to melt in. You can use a hair dryer to melt the wax if you want, but I prefer to put mine in the oven. So I'm going to put them in the oven on the middle rack, just at 225 to 250 degrees for a few minutes, and keep an eye on them. Okay, now I'm going to check them. They've been in there about 5 minutes, and I want to see how they're doing. I already opened up the top one time for this one so that the inside could get done. And it looks like there's still a little bit of clumping of wax, so I'm going to put them in for just another couple of minutes. Okay, I've taken them out of the oven now. They were in there for about 5 to 7 minutes. I flipped these little ones in the middle and also opened up the top of this one so that I can make sure that the wax gets covered all, or wet melted everywhere. It looks like it's good. Everything looks very nice. You can see the wax melted in, and there really isn't any visible. Now, once you have waxed them for a little while, they're a little bit soft until that wax is completely cooled. And so for that reason, if you have something that you'd like to shape a little, like this one, I want to make sure it stays really flat on the top. I can put some weight on it, like a book, and keep that on there while it's cooling. These look like they came out fine, so I'm not going to worry about doing anything with them. And then once they are cooled off, you're all done. I hope this short video makes it easy for you to add a nice finish to your next pine needle creation. Please like and subscribe below so that you won't miss my next tip for creating beautiful pine needle baskets. If you're a beginner and need help getting started, check out my Etsy shop and my beginner kits, which come with detailed color instructions and everything you need to get started. Links to my website and Etsy shop are in the description below. Thanks for watching and happy coiling!